Susan Beyer, and this is Fun with Research. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about another common question I get, which is, do people really take surveys? I know a lot of marketers are concerned that because maybe they wouldn't participate in a survey, that people don't like to take surveys. I can tell you that this is not true. Tons and tons of people participate in surveys. And at the end of our surveys at Audience Audit, which are usually about 15 minutes long, we will ask respondents if they'd be willing to participate in more research with our client. And we will get anywhere from 40 to 70% of people who have already taken a long survey to volunteer for more. So if you do it right, absolutely people will participate in your survey, which is great news. But what do I mean when I say doing it right? So getting people to participate in your survey is really a function of respecting your respondents in a whole lot of ways. If you respect them, if you treat them well, they will participate in your survey and they will finish it, which is terrific. So what do I mean by respecting your respondents? Well, number one, it's important that their survey invitation comes from somebody they know. You know, if you're sending out a survey as company X, but you have your research firm send it out and they've never heard of your research firm, they're much less likely to open that email or read it or participate, because people can be distrustful of giving any information to somebody they don't know. But if that invitation comes from you and they're a customer, they've contacted you for information, or they follow you online, or have downloaded something for your site, they're much more likely to participate in your survey. So send an invitation from your company. From your CEO in the format of emails they're used to getting an opening from you, etc. It depends on your situation. But that's one way that you can respect your respondents, by communicating with them directly. The second thing is, we want to make participation in the survey relevant to them. So in that invitation, you're going to tell them why they should bother participating in your study. What is that going to do? Are you using this to better understand your customers so that you can improve your product development, your customer service, your engagement, the resources you provide, etc.? Those kinds of things matter to people who are taking a survey. They know you're getting their data and they know what you're going to do with it, which is great. The third thing is, please create a respondent-friendly survey, right? Good survey design is really important, because respecting your respondent means not showing them questions that aren't relevant based on something they've said earlier, not repeating questions, not making them rate 20 items in a single page or be overwhelming, not having a survey that won't work well on mobile. We see a lot more respondents these days participating in surveys on a mobile device, so make your survey mobile friendly. And most of the platforms that are out there providing survey software have a mobile friendly option where you can see what your survey is going to look like. And certain types of questions don't work well on mobile, so you may need to reformat things when you think about that. Promise a relevant incentive to people participating in the survey. So that doesn't mean you have to give somebody something because they participated, because then you can end up with, if you have more respondents than you expected or whatever, you can blow your budget, and that can be kind of expensive. But you need to give them something, which might be a chance at winning a bigger a sweepstakes prize, right? It might be giving them a discount code on something. What you have to remember is, depending on who you're inviting to the survey, you need an incentive that's going to be relevant to any of them. Discounts on your products, or even free products from you, or a credit to your business or something, may not be relevant to someone who has tried your products and doesn't like them, but you still want to hear from them in the survey. That incentive is not going to be compelling. So you do need to think about something that's compelling to them. And then the final thing is, be transparent about what data you're collecting and how you're going to use it. If you have an anonymous survey and you're promising people that they can be anonymous, make sure they can be anonymous, and don't slip in at the end of the survey right before they can enter your sweepstakes drawing, oh wait, you're going to need to give me your email, right? You need to tell them their options. If you are going to do a sweepstakes and you are going to collect their contact information, you need to do it in a separate survey, or you need to tell them that the research is being conducted by an independent third-party firm, and their responses to the survey questions will not be connected to their email address or provided to the company in any way that is individually distinguishable. So be honest with how you're using people. And then for goodness sake, if you do collect email addresses for whatever reason, so you can track customers back to your email database, you need to tell them that you've done that. And then you need to honor that promise. So that means that if all you're doing is telling them, hey, we like your email so that we can add this data to what we know about you in our database, and we won't use it for sales purposes, then for goodness sake, don't use it for sales purposes. Don't start spamming people because they participate in your research, because they never will do it again. Don't share their information with anyone if you've told them that you won't. So all of these things can go a long way to getting participation in your study. And they're important to lay out when you consider who you're inviting, how you're inviting them, and what you say in that invitation. So I hope that was helpful. You can get respondents to your studies. I promise we do studies day in and day out, and respondents are out there and they are willing to be heard from, willing to help you do better as a company. So follow some of these guidelines and you're in good shape. I hope you enjoyed this video. We do a new one every Friday, and we also have a bunch of resources over on funwithresearch.com, including a PDF you can download that talks about good sources for respondents for your surveys. So all of that is free. Go to funwithresearch.com to see more videos and more resources. We'll see you next Friday.